Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we're going to be looking at the predictions we made for MCC Twitch Rivals. I wanted to give the YouTube audience an up-to-date prediction as well, as we did it yesterday on stream. It was pretty interesting, it was pretty fun. And yeah, before we get into anything, the event is today at 8 p.m. UK time, or 3 p.m. EST, I think. Just usual MCC time, by the way, so you don't have to time zone convert, I don't think. It's just, for them, it's going to be at a different time, but for the rest, it's normal. I don't know why my music is so quiet. Hello? There we go. Secondly, if you're here waiting to watch MCC, go hop into the Sandwich Lord stream and go say, hello, I love bread, or something. I love Sandwich Lord. And then, you know, try to give Sandwich Lord a bunch of hype here, because he's trying to, you know, create some hype for the event. And if you're already sitting here watching on your computer, just tab into the Sandwich Lord stream. I'm sure he would appreciate that. All right, all the advertisements aside, let's get into the predictions. So here's the world that we use every single time. It's going to be a little laggy because there is quite a lot of heads, and heads happen to be extremely laggy in Minecraft. Either way. So, what we did for the predictions is we do every single game. We got ace race, sorry. And sometimes I specify the map if it matters. Like, for example, Great Owners, I don't specify it. Yeah, ace race, Great Owners, Meltdown, Rocks Rush, Sky Battle, and To Get Your Side are all being played. We did this on stream in the way that we use Wolfeei stats, which is a stat sheet made by, I think, just a bunch of viewers that keeps track and has like automatic updating and whatnot. It's like great. These are all the things that we adjusted from that. So we started with that and we adjusted it. As you can see, certain teams do pretty well. Most notably, Red. It's kind of just in a graph. This is literally just a freaking curved graph. And here is what we have for overall predictions, which I think you guys would probably be more interested in. By the way, I should also throw out a disclaimer. This is not my opinion. This is me working with chat, because if I give my opinion and chat disagrees, I get clowned. So I usually change my opinion based on chat, or we just work together. There's only one prediction, that's me, and I don't get chat involvement from that. Either way. So, on the left is what we had initially from Wolfeei stats. This was using something called Scott's average, which is not Scott's average, by the way. He is not involved. This one is these added up and put into, you know, who would have the least, or who would have the highest placements and the lowest placements as a team, and then add it up together, in which case you would have Red in Dodgebolts with either purple or yellow tied. They have the same amount of high and low placements if you convert these to numbers. So yeah, if a first is a 1 and a 10th is a 10, same numbers. Same here. Lime and blue get the same, and then this is the lower end. Then we get to the fun part. Chat predictions and Wolfeei predictions. So chat predictions here is the chat. I just go as Mr. Streamer. I go, okay, chat, who do you think is getting 10th? And then they spam a color that they think, or whatever. They spam what team they think is 10th. And if there's a majority, I just put it down. And if it's like multiple things, then we do a poll. And that's how we got this result. And chat seemed to be mostly cool with this. Obviously this is a combined opinion of like roughly 200, maybe like 150, between 150 and 200 people. So this is just kind of the average, I guess, that you get out of that. And it doesn't look very different from what we had here, which makes sense. This chat was involved on these as well. This one and this one are not too different. You see purple outplacing red, which I think makes a lot of sense, because I know a lot of people have said that this team, first of all, this is a very competitive duo. Do not, you know, this one cannot be undersold. It's a very good duo in terms of MCC, and they're also very much people who like to win. And also, this is a game roster that I think is somewhat favorable for them. I mean, let's look here. We did not predict them much below top half. The only game where they don't place top half is 6th in Sky Battle. And even then, I think they started higher, and I think people just lowered it. Or the chat said that they should have been brought down. So, that's how the chat prediction works. They just do unanimous vote. This one is interesting. This is my prediction. Now, before any of the players see this and are like, oh my god, Wolfeei thinks my team's doing bad. Realistically speaking, every single time, I'm just basing my prediction based on like what's happened in the past MCC. And some of these are extremely situational, so don't take it to heart too much. And I also, this is nothing personal to anyone. This is just how predictions work every single time, and why I low-key don't like doing them, because the more I start to get to know people, the more people will notice that I'm doing predictions, and then see that I once put their team in last, and then they don't like me anymore. So, that's not the case, but whatever. Yeah, my prediction has red and purple as the top 2 teams, with yellow coming in 3rd. I still agree with this one. I think this makes a lot of sense. I think these, I mean, chat also agreed. These top 3 teams are very promising. However, that does not mean that I think they are like super guaranteed to get there. I genuinely think any team has a chance, and it's all extremely situational. However, because it's like in person, and it's going to be an entirely different environment for all the players to participate in, and like ping will be super different. Like some of the UK people usually are used to, actually, is it on the, no, yeah, people from the UK are usually used to having like 80 to 100 ping, I would say, probably roughly, whereas some of the US people would range probably between like 5 and maybe like 50 ping, depending on where they live. I don't really know how it works exactly, but I'm gonna assume that it's kind of like that. And then now, I would assume that the servers where they are, so it's gonna be in like LA or Las Vegas, whatever, that area, maybe everyone will have poopy ping, I don't know, or maybe everyone will have really good ping. Maybe everyone will be there with like 2 MS, who knows, I don't know, but it's gonna affect playing the event a lot, because, you know, there's like a Rocket Spleef Rush, which is very ping reliant. If you're not used to playing this with low ping or high ping or whatever you want to say, it's gonna play very different. So I would not be surprised if some of the people in this event are gonna have a little bit of a tough time, just because they have to adjust, because everyone's now playing on the same ping. So no matter what, everyone will have, there will always be some people with a disadvantage, if you understand what I mean. Like Ace Race will be a little different. The like bounce pads, etc., will be like maybe more or less delayed depending on how ping works. Block placing could be a little different. Could feel a little off. So this event is bound to be very unpredictable. I think it's gonna be very fun though. Also, if you want to, I'll give my opinion on some of the hot takes that I gave, because as you can see, chat put like pink in 9th and blue in 8th, whereas I put pink in 6th and blue in 4th, and also cyan I put higher. It's because I believe, okay, this is not because I think these like orange, lime, and green will do bad. That's not what I like. That's not how it works. I think these teams just have like they're gonna pull some shenanigans, you know. Like my guess, for example, with pink. Also, I'm just rambling, but this is whatever. Pink has Sapnap, and you know what Sapnap likes to do? Do well in Sky Battle. And you know what might happen? Sky Battle is the final game. I would not be surprised if Sky Battle is very late, which is why I think a Sapnap pop-off in Sky Battle is not unlikely at all. And if he pulls it off relatively late, his team will go up, which is why I think they could do well. And I think the same could apply to like blue. I think Meltdown is also a game that you could see played late, and coincidentally pink also would do really well at that, which I think is why like a team like blue could do extremely well. And yeah, my game roster prediction, I haven't really done a game order prediction. I guess I can do one right now. Let me just get all the signs real quick and put my prediction in. This would be what? Frick. First, second. This is going to be very scuffed. First, second. That'll be fine. So I think the first game will be Grid Runners, which I think is this sign. Yes. Then I think Meltdown and Sky Battle will be late. I could see To Get to Your Side being late just because usually it's a game that people forget about. And it's not really one that many people are super, like, negative towards. Also, what's going to be interesting is that this is going to be the first MCC in a long time where every game gets played. So now, instead of usually what you have with, like, some of these predictions, for example, you're like, oh, there's 9 games, and, like, for example, this is an example, so don't count on what I'm saying. Yellow team, oh, this is, like, such a good game roster for them. They have, like, 5 of their best games, but there's also 2 of their worst, which means that if one of their 5 best games got skipped, you know, because there's 9 games, that would be bad for yellow. That's not a thing anymore, because there's only 6 games, and they're playing 6 games, so, you know, it's a little different. I think what you'll probably see is like I think Meltdown and I guess SB, Sky Battle, are the most likely games to be in the later half. I don't want both of them in the later half because I think that would be a little meh, because it feels a little too lopsided in terms of balancing out which games are played when. But yeah, I think Grid Runners first makes a lot of sense, which does suck a little bit for Aqua Team. That is kind of their one game that they just have. They don't win guaranteed, but it's definitely a game where I think they stand a pretty good chance because they are one of the best teams in terms of teamwork and especially in terms of survival knowledge, obviously with Hermitcraft, etc. And I want them to do really well because, you know, I feel a little bit bad because a lot of people have just been, you know, guaranteeing them 10th, including myself. Let's not beat around the bush. And it's not because I think they're, like, bad. It's just because I think the, like, you know, the format of this event and the game roster does not suit them in order for them to get much higher than probably lower half at least. But if they pull a surprise like second team, I would be ecstatic. I want them to do so well, but I just don't expect it to happen, unfortunately. With all due respect, of course. Then again, let me continue with my freaking game order. I think Rocket Spleef Rush would be probably second. I think that's a game that most players would want to get out ASAP. And then let's see, that would leave one game. I think Ace Race would make sense. I think Ace Race could also be the game that they keep for the second half, but I think To Get Your Side is just more likely. So I would put Ace Race. I don't think. Oh, there is an audience vote. I could see them keeping Ace Race for later, and then the audience vote would be Ace Race, because Twitter-wise, the people that pull the most Twitter is Pink. Sapnap would want to have PvP as late as possible. Now, obviously, I don't think he could single-handedly carry the Twitter votes here, but he sure as hell can try. And I think Red also likes Sky Battle. So, you know, if Sky Battle's still in and the audience vote is for highest voted game, and both Red and Pink have a pretty good chance at controlling at least part of the, the voting. Sky Battle is being played 5th or 6th. I'm not going to lie. And I kind of want it to be the finale. I really do, actually. I really want a Sky Battle finale because it's on a good map, and I think that would be a very good hype way to end it, because it also very much works in, like, the elimination style, where, like, throughout the rounds you can very easily tell which teams are basically out of contention and which teams may be able to clutch up to make it to the top 2. I think it would be super interesting. However, it's also a PvP game, and, I understand if people think it's too risky. I want to say that Meltdown would be... It might be the fine... Man, the thing is, To Get to Your Side is, like... To To get your side is kind of the game that, like, I think is just neutral. Like, a lot of teams can benefit from it, but I think it's kind of just neutral. I don't really see people wanting to play it super bad, where they want to keep it super late. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be very wrong. Either way, in terms of the teams that I think do well, they all place top 4 at least. Like, you know, the top 3 teams that we all predicted is top 4 and to get your side, so it doesn't really matter that much. Either way, I would say to get to the side is very much in contention for second half, and I would probably put it 5th, and then I guess that would leave Meltdown here. I want to switch Ace Race and Meltdown maybe, and just assume that they want to have at least one PvP game in the first half, but maybe not. I guess we'll see. And I hope I'm close. I haven't done a prediction for the game order in a long time. I hope I'm close. So yeah, thank you all for watching. You know, I'm gonna run out of here. Go watch Sandwich Lord. Go watch the Sandwich Lord stream. It's at 144p for me right now. Oh, never mind. Go watch Sandwich Lord. Okay. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.